Welcome everyone and thank you for joining me. Today we're tackling what some call the silent killer in construction, the hidden inefficiencies caused by data gaps and disconnected workflows. Today we'll explore how the Autodesk Construction Cloud can help eliminate delays and improve productivity across your projects. My name is Mark Petrucci, ACC Technical Manager for Graitec USA. I've worked in the AEC industry for over 30 years since graduating from college with a degree in civil engineering. For the past 17 years, I've been with Applied Software, now known as Graitec, and I've provided webinars, pre-sale demonstrations, training, as well as consulting services. So here's the roadmap for our session today. We'll start out by defining the silent killer and how it impacts our industry. Then we'll move into how Autodesk Construction Cloud can help solve the problems. I will actually jump into build at the end of the session. So the last half of the session will be a live demonstration of Autodesk Build and how we can handle delays within our project. So the hidden cost of delays. Delays are more than just a scheduling headache. They carry a significant hidden cost. With 57% of construction projects finishing late, the financial impact quickly adds up. Extended timelines lead to a direct loss of revenue, especially on projects where payment is tied to milestones or occupancy dates. Meanwhile, labor costs increase as crews stay on site longer than budgeted. But the damage goes beyond finances. Delays can also erode client trust, putting future businesses at risk. And when the hidden cost of delays. Delays are more than just a scheduling headache. They carry a significant hidden cost. With 57% of construction projects finishing late, the financial impact quickly adds up. Extended timelines lead to a direct loss of revenue, especially on projects where payment is tied to milestones or occupancy dates. Meanwhile, labor costs increase as crews stay on site longer than budgeted. But the damage goes beyond finances. Delays can also erode client trust, putting future business at risk. And when one project runs late, it often sets off a ripple effect, pushing back other projects and stretching resources thin across your entire portfolio. Here are some of the most common culprits. What are the cause of these delays? Well, often it's not one big issue, but a combination of small inefficiencies that build up. Understanding these root causes helps us prepare the right solutions. One of the most common causes of construction delays is the lack of real-time data. When teams don't have access to the current information, they make decisions based on outdated assumptions, leading to mistakes and wasted time. Poor scheduling and coordination further complicate projects, as misaligned task sequencing and unclear responsibilities can bring progress to a halt. And material and equipment shortages are another major disruption. When the right resources aren't available at the right time, crews sit around idle and timelines slip. Scope changes and rework introduce additional layers of complexity and often require time-consuming adjustments that weren't accounted for in the original schedule. And lastly, communication breakdowns create confusion and duplication of effort, making it difficult to resolve issues and quickly keep everyone on the same page. Lack of real-time visibility is one of the most damaging issues in construction because it quietly undermines progress without immediate warning. When data is trapped in silos, separated by teams or systems or locations, it becomes difficult to get a clear picture of what's really happening on site. The delay in information flow means critical decisions are often made too late to prevent problems. And without shared up-to-date view of the project, it's also hard to assign responsibility or hold teams accountable. The result is confusion, finger pointing, and missed opportunities to keep the project on track. The solution to eliminating delays and inefficiency lies in building a connected ecosystem. Cloud-based project management platforms serve as a foundation, bringing all teams onto one centralized system. With real-time updates flowing seamlessly from field to office, everyone works from the same set of information, reducing lag, confusion, and missed steps. By centralizing document control, project management, scheduling, and cost tracking, teams can make faster, more informed decisions, prevent errors, and stay aligned from kickoff to closeout. And that's where the Autodesk Construction Cloud comes in. The Autodesk Construction Cloud is a great example of this connected ecosystem. With tools like Autodesk Build, teams can log data in the field and share updates instantly. Cost management, schedule tools, and document versioning, they ensure that everyone is aligned. Insight dashboards, they let you detect risk early and make proactive changes. Those are just few of the benefits to using the Autodesk Construction Cloud. One of the simplest but most powerful ways to prevent rework and delays is ensuring everyone has access to the latest version of drawings. It's surprisingly common for teams to be working off outdated prints, especially when changes happen fast. With tools like Autodesk Build, you can publish new drawings instantly and make sure that both the field and the office are aligned. This reduces miscommunication, it avoids errors, and it keeps the construction moving forward without interruption. Meanwhile, identifying and assigning issues is critical. Creating issues directly from the field ensures that problems are captured the moment they occur or are viewed, not hours later. This real-time documentation allows project managers and trade partners to respond quickly, preventing small issues from turning into major issues. And with tools like Autodesk Build, field personnel can snap a photo, add a description, most importantly, assign the issue to the right person in seconds, keeping accountability and resolution timelines tight. Recording daily logs consistently helps reduce delays by providing real-time snapshot of site progress, weather conditions, manpower, and any issues that are encountered. These logs create reliable timeline that can quickly identify patterns or reoccurring obstacles. When something starts slipping, stakeholders can respond faster because they're working from accurate, up-to-date field information, not guesswork. And progress photos. Progress photos provide visual proof of work completed, making it easier to track progress, verify milestones, and resolve disputes quickly. They help identify bottlenecks, misalignments, or safety concerns before they escalate. When shared regularly, progress photos improve transparency between the field and the office. It allows teams to make faster, data-backed decisions that keep the project on schedule. RFI and submittal tracking is critical for keeping information flowing and decisions moving forward. Delays often happen when RFIs go unanswered or submittals are stuck in review. By using centralized digital tools to manage this process, teams can see exactly where each item stands. They can follow up faster and they could avoid holding up construction due to missing approvals or clarification. This visibility reduces downtime and it keeps work progressing efficiently. And let's not forget about mobile access. We can access Autodesk Build with any mobile device, being iOS, Android, could be phone or tablet. Having access to the Autodesk Construction Cloud mobile app allows field teams to stay fully connected even when they're away from their desks. With real-time access to the latest drawings, issues, daily logs, RFIs, checklists, workers can capture and share information instantly. No need to wait until they're back at the trailer. This eliminates delays caused by miscommunication or missing paperwork. It also improves efficiency by streamlining data entry, and it enables voice to text notes, allow quick photo uploads directly from the job site. The result, faster decision making, fewer errors, and smoother workflow from the field to the office. Transparency creates accountability. When everyone can see what's been done and what hasn't, teams naturally collaborate better and take ownership of outcomes. With Autodesk Build, we have an activity log and issue tracking features that support this transparency across teams. A nice handy feature on the home screen is the ability to track work that's been assigned to you as well as work across the entire project. So let's take a live look at some of the features that I talked about in the presentation. One of the features I didn't talk about was the home screen, and this is great for transparency, accountability. If we take a look at the home screen, we can see when the project starts and when the project ends. We can see the project timeline. If there are any milestones that are coming up, we'll see as the timeline approaches the milestone. So anybody logging into the project should be well aware of the timeline. But probably the most important thing on this page is the work status. Right down here is the work status. Each person will have their own work status as far as work that's been assigned to them. Now, this is me logged in, and I currently have 10 overdue issues and 10 overdue RFIs. But if I was a project manager logging in and I was somebody else, I could see for the entire project there are actually 28 overdue issues and 25 overdue RFIs, as well as everything else you can see here. So this will help a PM see just how well the project is progressing, and I can click on any of these links and it will take me directly and show me only overdue issues or only due RFIs. Or maybe if I want to see all my RFIs, I can come down here. But there's no reason anybody on this project is not aware that they don't have work that's been assigned to them. Let's take a look at sheets. And we want to make sure we have the latest set of drawings so that we can prevent any sort of rework and delays related to that. But as I'm working on the drawings, let me show you or demonstrate to you how I can actually identify issues while I'm in the field. Now I'm going to do this on the desktop, but I could also do this with a mobile device. And I'm going to use the scenario that I'm walking through the job site and I'm noticing a hole in the wall and I need to make note of that. Well, one of the first things I'll do is I'm walking the job site and I'm on the second floor, so I will come down here to tags and I'll say let's filter my drawings. Currently I have 279 sheets. I'm going to filter this to say only show me the second floor plans. And when I hit search, I'm now down to 30 sheets. And in this case, I'm going to also filter this just down to the architectural plans and hit search, and now I'm down to 12 plans. And you can see very quickly now I can review the 12 sheets that I have here, and I'm going to say that I'm on the second floor and I'm going to open up this particular drawing. And I happen to be in this location. I notice that there's a hole in the corridor right here, or a hole in the wall. So immediately I can generate an issue, and I'll go ahead and I'll designate that as a punch list item. And I'll say the hole in the wall is right here. I'll identify this and simply call it hole in the wall. I'll make that open. There's the type of issue, and then I'll give a description here. Hole located near ceiling, patch, and paint. Well, I'm making note of that, but really probably most important is right here, assign to. I can now assign this to a specific person, maybe my wall subcontractor, my painter. I'll go ahead and assign it to Aaron for now. And Aaron will receive an email notification automatically. I don't have to remember to notify Aaron. It'll happen automatically. I may come in here and decide fill out the rest of the information such as location. And as long as I have the correct room number in the system, I can go ahead and select it. I can specify a due date. I need this repaired by a certain date, maybe by Friday. I can specify the root cause. If I have my mobile device, I can also take a photo at the same time. Now, I'm going to upload a photo here just to grab one, and I'll use this one as an example of a hole in the wall. But now Aaron will receive an email notification, and when he clicks on that email, it'll take him directly to this sheet. He'll be able to click on that link. He'll be able to read the information, and he'll be able to see a photo of it. And he also knows who provided him or who created the issue. It's got the date and timestamp associated with it. I don't even have to think about it later on. I've created that issue, and the next time, especially if I'm on a mobile device, the next time I sync my phone or my tablet, or if I have cellular service, it'll send out an email notification to Aaron. If I come over to the issues log, you'll notice right over here is that particular issue I just created. And if I select on it, you see the information that I typed in. Assigned to Aaron. Here's the photo. And if I want to go to the actual floor plan, I can click on it and it'll take me directly to the floor plan, and you'll see that it's going to center the issue right there on the screen for me. Then I can zoom in a little bit closer here. We discussed forms. Recording daily logs consistently can help reduce delays by providing real-time snapshot of, site progress, weather conditions, manpower, and any other issues that are encountered. So these logs help create a reliable timeline that can quickly identify patterns. You can see here in this example, I have created some daily reports. I'll create a brand new daily report. This one right now is called webinar example. I'm going to select on this one and just remove this. And we'll save this one, and I'll just demonstrate how we can create a daily report. Very easy. As long as I have permissions, I can come in here, select my daily report. It'll open a brand new daily report. I'll first rename this one webinar example number 1. We'll put in here. I can specify the date for the form, the location, the due date. Notice when I come down and select on weather, it automatically fills in the weather conditions at 7 a.m., 12 p.m., and 4 p.m. No need for me to record that information. Finally, I'll come down here and I can start recording the manpower. If you'll notice when I go to manpower, I'll select add work. From here I can select on the discipline. Maybe I've got some drywall guys coming in. I can specify I've got 6 guys on site. They're all working 8-hour days, total of 48 hours. Work performed, and I'll just say hung drywall. I can pick the company that they're associated with. If they work overtime, I can specify how many hours overtime they're working, and from here I can save the work log. I can go back to work log and I could record it for other disciplines. Maybe I've got electrical in here and I've got 4 electricians in here and they're working 8-hour days as well. And I'll say ran conduit. And their company name, I'll just pick Dania there. And you can see it's going to total. What's really nice about this in the daily report is that on a mobile device, it's very easy to fill this out, and I could actually have multiple people filling out the same daily report, and it will combine all of our information together. Now, if you choose to do that, great. If you want to have individual daily reports, you can do that as well. I could also record material. I could record equipment. I can come down here to signature, and I could sign off on this when I'm done. Now, you'll notice if I go to submit this report, it's going to come back and it's going to tell me submission has failed. And that's because I've not completed finishing out the rest of the report. and maybe I go to the general section and I could mark in here whether there's been a delay due to weather or due to delivery, or maybe there's no delay. And you'll notice how it clears the warning symbol. I do want you to see, if I come back out here to forms, there's my daily report that I just created, and it's currently in progress. So while I could complete the report right then and there, maybe I get distracted and I can't finish it, I could always come back later. Again, do this on the iPad, or I could do this right from my computer. And I'll come back in here and just say that, put in here, and I guess I won't complete that because I'll have to create some issues and add some photos. So I won't bother to complete it. But I will be forced to complete it before I could submit that daily report. We looked at or discussed progress photos. And the whole idea with the progress photos, it's, we can track progress, we can verify milestones, we can record issues. You can see in here I've got my photo with the hole in the wall. I've got a broken pipe in here. A nice little feature in here related to photos is the ability for it to recognize what is in the photo. So for example, if I look for a particular photo such as this one right here with the exit sign, you'll notice that it automatically tagged the photos. It has ceiling tile, door, and wall. You may not have noticed the door, but it is right down here. There's some AI built in that it automatically recognizes what's in the photo, so later I could actually search my photos based on the tags. But one of the things I wanted to show you is that when we're recording photos, photos are recording history. It's actually showing the person who took the photo, the date the photo was taken, and the date the photo was added to ACC. So I could take photos today, maybe with just my phone and not with Build, but then tomorrow I decide to take those photos and upload them to ACC, and it'll have the correct date in which they've been added. We discussed RFIs and submittals and the importance of making sure that the RFIs and submittals don't get behind schedule. So, what's really helpful here with this RFI log is I can filter and look for specific RFIs that are, let's say, for example, overdue. If you notice, I currently have 101 RFIs in here. If I come over to the filter, I will say overdue. I'll select due date. Down here, I'll select overdue. And immediately when I do that, I didn't even have to hit enter. It immediately filtered it down to 53 RFIs. Maybe I'm looking for RFIs that are overdue and assigned to Mary Mechanical. Mary's my mechanical engineer. She's supposed to respond to some RFIs. I see here's one for floor covering, so we'll ignore that for now. But in my example here now, we're down to 7 RFIs. And I know that these are all overdue and Mary needs to respond to them. Now, as far as notifying Mary that they're overdue, I actually could come right down here to reports and I could configure a report template. And I have a report template already configured right here that I called it overdue RFIs assigned to Mary Mechanical Engineer. That is a report template that I have scheduled, or I can schedule to run automatically, and I will schedule the report. And I'll say, let's run that report. Actually, not right there, my bad. Come back in here and I'll say, oops, I need to come over here to templates. And I will find, there we go. And actually, I did schedule it. I was just looking in the wrong location. If I select on this, we can see that I've selected this to select RFIs that are currently waiting for submission, in review, or maybe answered, that are overdue and assigned to Mary Mechanical. And when I exit back out of here, you can see the schedule. And when I come back in here and I say edit schedule, this report will be sent out to Mary automatically every week, Monday morning at 8 a.m. And it will go to Mary and to anybody else I want to send this report to, and a message to Mary that says, hey, here's a report of all all the overdue RFIs assigned to you. And that report will be sent out every week. Now that report will change as Mary responds to RFIs or as new RFIs get added to Mary, assigned to Mary, and they become overdue. That report will automatically update. I don't have to think about reminding Mary. The system will do it automatically for me. And the same applies for submittals. I can go through the exact same workflow with submittals. From here, I'm able to come in here and filter this and say, all right, let's do this by due date. And I say, show me all the submittals that are currently overdue. And so now I've filtered this down to just those overdue submittals. One other feature that I want to show you to kind of show you this really helpful for reviewing your project and making sure that it is that you're keeping delays to the minimum is to switch over to the Insight module. This is one of my favorite dashboards because this actually tells you quite a bit. I showed you how I can generate some reports, and the reports are really helpful, but when I look at this really gives me a very good idea how well my project's doing. For example, right here, open RFIs and submittals. I could see that in this project that there are a total of 25 overdue RFIs. One that's going to be due in the next 5 days, and then 33 that are going to be due after 5 days. And you can see just how many submittals. The majority of my submittals are currently overdue. But take a look at this one up here about my issues. Total issues to date versus active versus closed. The dark blue represents the closed issues. The light blue represents the active issues. This dark blue should increase and cover up the light blue. As a PM, I could look at that and I could tell you right now, nobody's done any work on this project in the past 6 months. That dark blue is completely level, which tells me that nobody's closing up their issues. And so very quickly, you can see things like that that can really help you identify how well the project is doing. So, by eliminating delays, it's not just about speed. It improves profitability, client satisfaction, and your competitive advantage. These changes pay for themselves many times over. Final thoughts? Let's stop accepting that delays is a cost of doing business. They're often preventable, and there are tools to help eliminate them, and it's more accessible than ever. So with platforms like the Autodesk Construction Cloud, we can build smarter together. Thank you.